Hi, you guys. So this is a Patreon sponsored free YouTube video just for everybody about a blind that has not been solved as of yet, but now we think we know who the blind is talking about. Very exciting. And this blind did not come from my darling, sweet C-Dan Enty. This blind, secret husband, this blind came from Dax Holt and Adam Glenn from Hollywood Raw, and I love both of them. I've collabed with them twice, and they are super fun. And, I'm like dying to crash a party with Adam, just saying. Just, even if we can get in, I want to pretend like we can't and crash it. This juicy episode was about a surprising person that you wouldn't expect the juice to come from. But that is always the best people to get the juice from. And so this episode was called They Had Sex in My VIP Room, which is what this blind I'm about to reveal is about. And I'm going to show you the proof. Dax, don't kill me, Adam. Sorry. But I figured it out. I think you figured it out too, but you didn't want to say it. But I'm going to say it. All right, so they did a show with, they call it Celebrity Restaurant Mogul Stratus Morfogen. Now, Stratus, I listened to his interview, and it was fabulous. I'm like dying to interview Stratus now. Now, Philippe Chow, in its own right, that restaurant is drama. Why? Because Mr. Chow and Philippe Chow at one point were partners in Mr. Chow, and they had huge drama and split up. And Philippe Chow, Mr. Chow kept Mr. Chow and did Mr. Chow, and Philippe Chow left, and I guess with Stratus launched Philippe Chow, and it became very, very popular. The food is basically Mr. Chow's, but Philippe Chow was just a little edgier, the vibe. It has like a more dark, like music-y vibe. And Mr. Chow is very bright and sterile and everybody sees everybody. You sit on each other's laps practically next to each other. I had many a birthday at Mr. Chow's. I caused much trouble at Mr. Chow's in my time. Stratus was spilling a bunch of tea because he's written a very cool book, which I'll promote in a minute because I'm nice like that. He's married, by the way, or I don't know if she still is, but she was the editor of accessories at Vogue. Talk about a hookup. Can you imagine being married to the editor of accessories at Vogue? Come on, I'm serious. Like, you would be like, blah, what do you need? Earrings, necklace? Okay. So here, let me play it for you, the blind. Okay, so I tried to find a filter that reminded me of like the 90s and Madonna, and this was the best I could do. Okay, ready? Listen. Just so you don't have to look at my boring face. Okay, ready? Listen.
Celebrity kind of magnet, but I'm also very careful with my celebs. Like, when I opened up Philippe Chow, I had just gotten married, and I'm in Mykonos for my honeymoon, and I get a call from the Inquirer. They said, we're offering you $1 million for the tape of this. I still will never mention his name, but you might figure it out. This hip-hop magnate having sex on the table with a Hollywood starlet. And we know you have the video. And I said, only video I could have is from the security camera. So I'm in Greece, and I call my GM, and I said, go on the security cameras. And he's like, oh, yeah, they were having dinner last night in the private room. I said, go back and tell me what you see. And he's like, Eddie has like a real heavy accent. He's like, Mr. Morfogen, I can't even look at this. They're having sex on the table. I said, Eddie, do me a favor.
Then how do you know they're having...
Totally delete it and wipe it off the server. Because you know what? For $1 million, I'm not doing it. And at the end of the day, they offered me $1 million for that tape. And it was like hip-hop and Hollywood royalty. And that's where I draw the line. As much as I enjoy the celebrity press and all that, I'm very protective. And I don't know how many restaurateurs would have shut down $1 million in 2007.
Well,
Yeah.
it's probably would have stopped all celebrities coming to any of your restaurants moving
and you know
forward.
What? And they're still my customers today because they know what I did.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Dax, hip-hop royalty in Hollywood.
Starlet.
Dax is always more conservative. Like, he wants to have a more mainstream career, and Adam Glenn is more like, let me tell you my hooker story. I just love it. What a combo. Gold. All right. So let me play you Adam's guesses. Okay, let's do it.
Experience with the mob, and if you put that in that perspective, you say, wow. And that's because no one's ever portrayed the mob in this light. My experience was pretty bad with the Gotti Juniors of the world, but not with the Ralph Coppolas and the Barney Belomos and the Genoveses. They were just true gentlemen and true friends, and they were loyal and protective of me, and they never asked for anything in return. And that story's never been told.
All the New York.
All right. Well, before we go,
driven.
Adam, I need you to guess. Who do you
clippers.
think was the what was it? Hip hop royalty and the starlet having sex in the basement?
This is why you guess.
What year what year was it again?
2007.
Okay. Adam, what's your guess?
Oh man, hip hop superstar.
Look at him.
Come on, Adam. Adam, you know everyone. Come on.
I mean, I just got to go.
They're Googling.
I don't know.
Jay-Z and who?
No, it's
Not Jay-Z. Adam.
But
Dax is gonna nail it. Watch.
I'm going P. Diddy and Cameron Diaz.
Not Cameron Diaz. She was 2008.
I like the laugh.
But P. Diddy, yep. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. Now who's the other person?
All right.
That's as far as I'm going.
But I also think, like, when I think Hollywood, I think of actress, not musician. That's why I'm not leaning towards...
We're talking like almost Oscar-winning actress.
That's why I'm not thinking Beyonce or J-Lo, because they're all music.
Stratus says it wasn't a musician. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, let me show you the proof and why I know who it is. And a special shout out to the genius patrons that helped me figure this out to tell you guys, because let me tell you, I have some geniuses in there and they are always helping collaborate with content so that we can have so much fun, all of us together. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Guys, just so you know how special this reveal is, Dax, Holt, and Dumois had a whole conversation about it on her show. And nope, didn't say who it was. So you're only getting it on my channel. Are you ready? Okay, enough build up. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I look terrible. Okay, ready? Okay, so here's how we think we know who the blind is about. We already have established it's definitely P. Diddy on one end. But what's the woman? Well, we found this article. Here it is. This is the Boston Globe. It's an article about Giselle and Tom Brady when they first started dating. It was published on March 6, 2008. It was called Care for Some Wine with That Sleaze in the Boston Herald. And in the article, it starts out by explaining that Tom and G, meaning Giselle, were caught in a little Spygate saga of their very own. The she couple was taped performing private acts in a not-so-private wine cellar at Philippe, meaning Philippe Chow, a she Chinese eatery in Manhattan. Now, the New York Post then reported a kind of dirty article that there was someone at Philippe Chow's that was leaking to the Post. Yeah, they're related to Page 6 too. You know how I feel about Page 6. Okay. That's sketchy in its own right. But of course, they said that there was somebody recording these tapes and actually watching them, which, as you heard before, Philippe Chow's owner, Stratus, who I was just listening to with you, said that wasn't the case. In fact, he deleted every incident that was ever covered on the security tapes. And actually, the only reason that there was even a camera in that room was for the wine cellar because they had expensive wine down there. Anyway, here. So this was the claim that they made in the Boston Globe based on the New York Post. It says, not surprising at all since Brady and his lady are big on the PDA, see South Beach, October 2007. Anyway, according to the New York Post, Philippe Chow's crew makes a habit of checking out tapes from the cellar's hidden security cameras after 6 sated celebs depart. It's all so Belichickian, isn't it? What the hell does that mean? Okay, it must be something from this time period. Okay, they're watching. Okay, now this is where they make the mistake. Look. They've watched a tape of Diddy and Sienna Miller hanging out and Tom Brady and Giselle hooking up, said the Post source. They got a kick out of it. They laugh and comment on people. I have no doubt in my mind that that is just not true. But whoever leaked that story to the Post knew of two people that fooled around in that room, probably because they were there, less likely because of the tape that supposedly existed. And that was Sienna Miller. So it looks like The Blind is about P. Diddy and Sienna Miller. The reason I think it was Sienna Miller is because she was, really a bright star at this time. In 2007 and 2008, she was winning tons of awards. She wasn't an Oscar-nominated actress, but she was being noticed left and right by the different Best Rising Star, and BAFTA honored her movie. And she starred in this film called Factory Girl in 2006 that got her really noticed. Then in 2008, she gets a job at the company that I work for, Yari Film Group, and we do a film called The Mysteries of Pittsburgh. I did the product placement on the film, but this was a big deal because at this time, Yari Film Group was producing a lot of films that were getting accolades for their character-driven movies. They were sometimes a little bit too uncommercial, but in the process of these independent film companies doing these films, big actors were getting a chance to really stretch their acting chops, and sometimes it would result in a crash. And, you'd get a Paul Haggis movie that would win an Oscar and change the world. So it was a really great time in film. And Sienna was in that group of actresses that were considered good enough, to be in these independent films to carry them. Here's another one I thought you guys would enjoy. You can see that it's Sienna Miller and P. Diddy. And it says in 2007, Sienna Miller made headlines for her alleged dalliance with Sean Combs, P. Diddy, with whom she was spotted heading into a New York hotel. Coincidentally, the rumored fling happened just after the birth of Combs' twins. Okay, well, we'll just stay out of that. Another one from 2008, February, called Diddy's Girl in Vogue. And Sean Combs, P. Diddy, says that Sienna Miller, always looks beautiful and always carries herself with poise and sophistication. Anyway, as far as the press, they were like, we're friends, we're just really good friends. But the press thought they were dating. And there's quite a few articles like this from this time period. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we nailed it? Is it P. Diddy and Sienna Miller? Just to show you that Stratus was telling the truth on Hollywood Raw, Ron Tarosian, who worked as the restaurant's PR guy, confirmed that there are cameras in the private grotto where expensive wines are stored, but that all of the tapes are deleted, just like Stratus said. It is completely and utterly false that anyone has access to view the videos of Philippe, which are maintained off-site at our corporate headquarters, Tarosian said. The privacy of our clientele is our foremost concern, Natch. Reps for Tom and Giselle had no comment. Well, that's because they were supposedly fooling around in the VIP room, too, at Philippe Chow. Okay. Anyway, I thought you would enjoy this story. Anyway, the Philippe Chow in New York is great. I went there, too, and I loved it. But here's the wine room that I think the action happened in. Look how romantic. One of the wine rooms. And here's another one. Ooh, this one's really romantic. I would get down in that room for sure. This book, if you guys want to get it, it looks really good. And maybe they should make a movie like Wolf of Wall Street about Stratus's life. He seems to have a life that would be really good for a film like Jordan's. Like crazy. Okay, wait. This is him. If you don't know what he looks like. Oh, he's eating dumplings. That's making me want Chinese food. Okay. Stratus is no longer involved with Philippe Chow, by the way. He ended up selling his piece of the action in 2014. And it sounds like he wasn't that happy with his partners there. And then he went on to start Brooklyn Chop House, which I guess is a hot place. And he's friends with all the hot people still to this day. I wish I was. And he also is opening an NFT members club in Times Square, which, oh my goodness, it sounds so interesting. You buy a membership for $8,000 all the way to $100,000. And you get digital tokens that you can then sell on a blockchain. But I don't know which one he's on. I don't know what exchange or what blockchain methodology he's using or what the token's called. But this sounds so exciting. It's coming out now, actually, because this interview was a little bit ago. All right, you guys, like, subscribe, notification button, make a comment, tell me a great story. I don't know what else. What you're gonna get on my channel, as you see.